there was a lot more swearing and shouting. And I think that marks them out as probably superior to Beethoven.
And what the drivers say they fear most of all is a head-on collision with a blind tube mare.
Personally, I think the management should round them up. Get rid of them.
What's up, YouTube? Hello, back with absolutely no preparation, no script, that's the thing. I just do this as I go, and often it falls flat. But I hope enough people enjoy watching it. So Derek and Clive live. It's Derek and Clive, Peter Cook, Dudley Moore. This is an album I never really listened to. I've heard bits of it, but not much. And I have reacted to one of the tracks before, so I'm going to skip that. But that's it. I'm not really in the mood to do anything funny or clever today. So fuck off. And I'll just... I don't like the shade, the cut of my jib, the shade of my face. That's nicer, isn't it? Warmer. It's got a sort of warm glow. Lovely, like autumn leaves falling on a dead child's face. So let's dive right in to Derek and Clive live.
I'll tell you.
Testing.
Oh. No, don't test any longer.
No.
I'll tell you the worst job I ever had.
What was that?
The worst job I ever had was with Jane Mansfield. You know, she's a fantastic bird, you know, big tits, huge bum and everything like that. But I had the terrible job of retrieving lobsters from her bum.
Really? Bloody hell, that must have been a task.
Well, it's quite a task because she had a big bum and they were big lobsters.
I remember she had a huge bum.
Well, she had one and, you know, presumably in the afterlife, shut up, she still has one. But I used to go round, you know, of an evening when Jane was sleeping, or sort of comatose, like, you know, just lying there.
Comatose. Comatose to her head.
Comatose to her head. Shut up. And I had to retrieve these lobsters from her arsehole.
Yeah, well, I remember she had a lot of trouble with lobsters up her arsehole.
Well, you see, the lobsters...
Basically, she suffered from what was known in the medical trade as lobsters up the arsehole.
Well, this is what it said scientific, you know, lobsters up the bum, you know. This is the scientific term for it. But, you know, in general terms, it is known as Lobsterissimus bumbacissimus.
Yeah.
And it was my job every evening to go round to Jane, who was a sweet girl.
Yeah.
Sweet, charming, shy, mysterious girl.
Yeah.
And get these fucking lobsters out of her arsehole.
Yeah.
Which is so tricky because she was a very sensitive woman, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to go around there every evening, and these lobsters, you know, she used to go out bathing in Malibu.
Yeah.
Which is where she used to go out bathing, you know.
Oh, Malibu, yeah.
Malibu, yes. Malibu de bum bum. And up went the lobsters, boing, straight up her arsehole.
Well, I think she brought it on herself, really, didn't she?
Not so much brought them on herself, as so much encouraged them, you know.
Yeah.
By the flagrant display which she got up to.
Well, I think she was a dirty car.
Well,
I mean, being...
No, be fair. Be fair. You can call her a dirty cow, but let's face it, a lot of lobsters fancied her bum.
Yeah, well, I think, let's face it, I think it was a 50-50 arrangement. I think
the lobsters didn't say, we have the upper hand.
No.
Jane didn't say, we have the upper hand.
There was no feeling of domination.
No, it was a 50-50 thing.
I think the lobsters got quite a nip out of it.
Yeah.
And I think Jane got a lot out of it.
Yeah, but it was my job. My job to retrieve the lobsters from her bum after the event.
What event?
Post hoc proc.
Post what?
post hoc prompt.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
what it is in Latin, you know.
What?
Getting lobsters out of people's bums.
Oh,
after
post hoc
they've-
prompt, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when...
But she was a sweet girl and I wouldn't knock her.
Well, I gather you wouldn't, no.
No, I gather I wouldn't. But I'll tell you one thing Tony Newley said to me.
What's that?
Who are you?
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that. And I thought that made Tony Newley a wonderful human being. What's the worst job you had?
The worst job I ever had.
Yeah. What, it was just that coughing?
Well, I had to collect up. It was a very difficult job. I had to collect up every year, financial year, you know.
Every year?
April,
Whose ears did you collect up?
Yeah, April to April.
Yeah.
Pardon. All the phlegm, well, Winston Churchill had gobbed out into his bucket by the bed.
Oh, God, yes, I was offered that
And-
job, but I said no. I said, I'm not going to collect all that phlegm because he has so many cigars, so much brandy. I am not, as a human being, going to go around with buckets collecting that fucking phlegm. I
Well,
said, I'm
I'll
not
tell
going to
you-
touch it. I said, I won't touch it. I'd
No.
rather be destitute.
The trouble was, he used to take bogies in secret, you see.
What, he had them in a cupboard which
He
no
had
one
'em-
could see?
He was a secret bogier. He used to have bottles of the stuff. I used to collect it up for him. I never realised that he was, in fact, taking it of a night.
And then just
And,
blowing it
and then
up.
blown out in the fucking morning. I mean,
And
it was, you didn't know where you fucking were. I
Oh,
came in the morning, there was the same fucking bogey on the bedspread. I thought, fuck me, I only collected this one last night. And there's the cunt lying on the fucking bedspread again, you see. And you know, I thought I was seeing things. I had a feeling of deja vu.
Well, it must have been tricky for you because I remember hearing stories about Winston's bogies which were unbelievable because, you know, he could produce a bogey as big as the Titanic.
You
Oh,
know,
it's
you
dreadful.
know why?
He threatened Hitler with
You know
it,
what
didn't
happened?
He threatened Hitler with it.
Well, the bogey that was as big as the Titanic
Yeah.
was in fact the Titanic. Did you
Well,
know
this
that?
Is, this is what I heard.
Yeah, the
But
trouble.
I've never had it confirmed.
Well, this is no, keep it like very quiet.
I'll keep it very quiet.
But the bogey that Winston had that was like the Titanic was in fact there was no such fucking thing as the fucking Titanic.
So people went to
People
see.
people thought it was a Titanic, but it wasn't.
They went to see
they
on,
went to
on
see
Winston,
on
Winston's
Winston's
bogey.
bogey.
Yeah.
And the fucker sank. And fucking
they,
why not?
They played on. They played on.
They fucking played on. Well,
The violinist kept playing while the bogey sang.
the trouble is, you see, bogies are not really seaworthy.
Well, I've always...
Winston was a
I've always
cunt.
said this. I've always said this. You cannot float on a bogey. Don't try to cross the ocean on a bogey, otherwise you're sunk. And who took any notice? Fucking nobody took
Right.
anybody notice.
And all those-
I'll tell you who took notice.
Who?
Fucking nobody took notice.
Right.
That's what I'll tell you who took
You're
notice.
fucking right, mate.
Yeah, nobody took
Fucking
fucking
no
notice.
one.
No one took notice.
All those cunts.
All those cunts went
Trooping
out
onto
to
the
sea
fucking
on Winston's bogey, and what happened to them?
SS fucking bogey.
They fucking sank,
Right,
didn't they?
fucking cunts.
Yeah.
Right.
So, the next time you see a travel brochure saying, go to Mallorca...
On a bogey.
On a bogey, forget it, mate. Forget it. Because that is the fucking end of the world. Would you excuse me for 1 second while I light up a cigarette? It's more than 1 second. Would you mind not moving your stool?
Good. Yeah, I think I don't think I've heard the entirety of those two tracks before, and I feel privileged. I feel offended. I feel angry and sort of moody and magnificent in a way, having heard those. I mean, it was in some ways towards the beginning, it was confusing and sad because they weren't swearing or shouting very much. But I think what I would say in my review of those two tracks is that in the first track, yes, they did discuss lobsters being in the arsehole of Jane Mansfield, and you can make of that what you will, you know. But they didn't swear that much. It was calm. It had a calm feel. It was like that Beethoven, you know, and in his suites, you know, when you would feel calm as you listen to them. But I think you'll find as the Winston's Bogies one reached its climax, as it were, there was a lot more swearing and shouting, and I think that marks them out as probably superior to Beethoven. So that's my review of those first two tracks from Derek and Clive Live. I will be doing more of these reactions because the public response to my reactions of late has been absolutely fucking underwhelming, and you know, nobody watches them. But is that a reason to stop? Yes, it probably is, but I don't care because I'll just keep going and publishing this shit on the YouTube platform. And if people like it, they like it, that's good. If people don't like it, in a way, is that better? Yes. Yes, it is better, because then I'll know that I've made a substantial contribution to the ill health of the nation and indeed the world. And that's something that I strive for daily. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notifications button, leave a comment below if you must. Do hit the notifications button, because then every time I bring a video out, you'll see that I'm bringing a video out, and you can watch it and boost my likes. And you know, just keep watching. Just keep watching, subscribing. You can only subscribe once, but you could create lots of false accounts and keep subscribing. But do keep watching, and I would actually suggest that you watch all of my videos 1,000 times each, and there's about 1,000 of them, so that would take you about 1,000,000 years. Not that each one's a year long, but you know, do that anyway. Don't go nowhere.
And in a statement issued just 10 minutes ago, the Home Secretary announced that he personally will be going into the tunnels this weekend, armed with a special gun.